Hello YNABers, my name is Jesse Meekum from You Need a Budget. Yes you do, and this is another Whiteboard Wednesday. Today we're going to talk about Rule 3. It's really pretty simple. We want you to roll with the punches, so when things happen, you change. When you get new information, you change. We've gone over this lots, but I want to present to you in very finite terms and with very limited options exactly what you can do when you're overspending. First, as a little exercise, scroll back through your budget, just click back in the months a little bit, give it a little up and down, and look for categories that are habitually overspent. Okay? For us, for a long time, it was groceries. Not anymore, because we did what I'm going to talk about here in a second. But look back through and just say, where am I constantly overspending? This is not guilt. This isn't to say, I'm horrible, I can't cut out my restaurant eating. That one seems to have kind of built-in guilt attached to it, hence the example. This is for you to get ideas. This is for you to gather information. This is for you to reveal truth about your spending. More importantly, about your plan as it relates to your spending. Your spending is reality, and your plan is your effort to kind of fit reality into the plan. And that's exactly what a budget is. The plan has to be your priorities, and then you're going to make sure that your spending just kind of fits nicely inside it. Sometimes the actual spending just doesn't quite fit into the plan. You can't quite get it in there. That's overspending. No guilt, just information, truth. Okay? So, first rule of overspending is acceptance. You accept that you overspent. Okay, we're there. Then you have two options. This is rocket science here, so hang on tight. Your budget for that overspent category could increase. You could just say, okay, I accept the fact that I will never reduce my spending to some unrealistic level, so I'm going to bump up my budget. If you do that, something's got to give. So the budget has to give, but this is zero-based, and this is rule 1. And then you've got to ask yourself, where's that money going to come from? You can't just increase the budget out of thin air. That's what we do when we swipe with credit cards and just pretend that everything will work itself out. It doesn't work. So you increase your budget, and then you look elsewhere and you say, okay, I'm increasing my budget because I'm saying my priority here is a little higher than what I once thought. I don't like this, but I'm going to accept reality. That's one approach. And then you look elsewhere, you say, okay, here's a little, here's a little, here's a little. We'll put it in here. We're no longer overspending. Cool. We're more in line with reality. There are times, however, where you say, I don't like this reality. I don't like this at all. That moment for me personally was a fantastic moment that kind of shaped at least the last decade of my life, where I realized I don't want this situation, and we went about changing it, trying to earn more money in our instance instead of reducing the spending. It was basically a long play for increasing the budget. The other option, besides increasing your budget, you can reduce the spending. You can spend less. You just have to make sure that you're doing that with a plan. So you look at it and you say, okay, we're going to cut down on our spending on groceries. We're going to cut down on our transportation costs. Whatever it is, you're going to have a plan of attack. So when you say, oh, we are going to spend less in groceries, I'd say, well, how? How will you do that? Well, I'm going to make a list from now on. I'm not a grocery shopper, so this next part's going to be bad. But I'll make a list. I will only shop on Coupon Tuesday. I will price match. I will join a co-op if those are cheaper. I will cook more at home. Struggling. So that would be a plan of attack. When I said how, you would say, this is what I'm going to do. You are going to want to win the battles, even skirmishes, not the war at first. So when you're going in for this plan of reducing spending, fixing overspending by reducing actual spending, you want to make sure that you aren't just basically further embracing unrealistic expectations. Embrace reality. Recognize that you want to win the battles, and that will win the war of overspending, not where you say, okay, yeah, groceries, let's cut it in half, and we're just going to eat beans and rice, and that'll do it. That would do it, but is that realistic? That's up for you to decide. But I would encourage you, with your plan of attack, look for winning the battles not the war. That's basically how you address overspending. You go with looking at it not from a guilty standpoint, but this is information, this is truth, this will give me some ideas. You accept it, then you either increase the budget, reduce the spending, either way, or both. And you try over time to have your budget be matched up with reality. And then every once in a while you kind of grab reality and you twist it a little bit to your will, because that's healthy. I'll see you guys next week.